Hi everybody, welcome back to Moonflower Studio Creative. I know it's been a while, but I've been very busy and today it is snowing out and I thought I'd paint this cute little Christmas tree, and we're going to be using this. It's a 5x7 New York Central Art Supply 100% cotton watercolor block. That's what I'm using today. And I'm using just a regular set of watercolors that I have already, and we're just using pretty much like a green, a phthalo green, or a whatever you have in your colors today. Just like find a medium green, a yellow green. You could add yellow to a blue to create a green. And all I'm doing is, for this quick little sketch, which I'm going to give away as a Christmas card, I'm just doing a very light wash of where I think I want my branches to be. And I'm using a number 4 watercolor brush. And I'm just painting in a very light rendering of where my branches are going to be for my Christmas tree. And I'm not planning anything. This is just off the top of my head with no kind of reference to go by. But we've all had Christmas trees, so you get the idea. And I paint very kind of impressionistically, not realistically, even though sometimes I can paint realistically. But this is just for a cute illustration that you want to give away as a card, or maybe cut it out and make a tag out of it. Just something pretty to give to somebody, or just for practice today on a snowy, beautiful day. So on my Christmas tree, I'm going to put down a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, wherever I want my Christmas ornaments to be, or my lights, whatever you want to call them. I think these are ornaments, just round ornaments that you want on your tree. And this is going to give me an idea of where they're going to be on the tree once the tree is painted in. So my red's a little bit dark here, and because it's wet, it's bleeding a little bit, but I don't even care. I think it's gonna look cute no matter what. So we're not gonna stress out about this. This is a fun project. So here I dabbed it because I want it to dry up a little bit, and I'm impatient a lot because I've got a lot to do today, but I wanted to get in a watercolor. So yeah, I got to vacuum my house because I have a husky mix and my house is full of dog fur. So it's driving me nuts. I need to clean it, but I really want to get this demonstration out to you to show you something fun to do on when you have a little bit of time. So now I'm going to mix a very light yellow. I grabbed whatever yellow I have, and I grabbed, I have a light green in there, but you can always just mix a teeny bit of whatever blue you have. It could be an ultramarine, it could be a phthalo blue, it could be a cerulean blue, and just make a light green, because this is the green that's going to stick forward the most. So any color that is more on the warm side, like a yellow green, is going to go forward, and the darker greens, which are going to be, they're going to have a bit more blue in it, and they're going to be a little darker, so they're going to recede more, and it's just going to bring the volume to your tree in the end. So this is a really fun illustration. I'm using the same brush the whole entire time, and I'm just going from the top. I'm making my branches go upward towards the middle of the tree. They're going more side to side, and on the bottom of the tree they're going to go flare downward. And I wish you could see out my window right now because all of the snow is on the branches. We just had a big wind gust, so my whole window turned white, but it's so pretty, and all the birds are out at the bird feeder. And a couple of days ago I had a pumpkin left over from Thanksgiving that was on my front porch for a decoration. They were big too. They were like a foot wide, and I put it out into the woods because I have a forest behind my home, and this big deer came and with antlers, and they've been eating it. The deer packs have been coming, and they ate all of them. There was like 4 big pumpkins out there, and every day they were gone a little bit at a time, and now they're completely gone. But I did get a picture of a big buck with antlers just chewing away and enjoying that pumpkin. And it's so fun to watch nature and right out your window, especially right here where I live. It's just really pretty. So I'm just taking my time and I'm putting in these branches, and they're just really quick. I'm just doing quick little marks of some strokes. So like a downward stroke and then some little branches off of that branch. And as you're going to the front, you might flare them out a little bit more evenly in the middle, and then to the right and to the left, you flare them out those ways. Just, common sense. And and of course, this is all from memory, and I'm not doing anything with the reference. And this is coming out really well. So we're just going to let this dry as soon as you're done with this layer. And you can dab in a little bit extra color here and there while it's wet for variation if you like, but just keep it on the light side. So thank you again for being here, everyone. And if you are liking my content on my channel, I have probably 50 videos now of beginning and medium and even a little bit of advanced watercolors, and I would love to do more. Could you please leave a nice comment below if you like, of anything that you would like to see or anything you would like to say? And subscribe and hit that notification bell for the next time I load a video for you. I mixed a medium green color, so I brought in more of a bluish green that I had there, and I mixed it in with my lighter green. And now I'm going to go in between the branches that I just created. We're going to go in between. If you don't like the shape of it, you can reshape it with this darker green. So we're adding more form to this tree, and I'm just winging it. Like I said, they're just little strokes, and I'm thinking about the way the branches are growing, and this is very impressionistic, so we're just making little stroke marks to make it look like a tree, and it's very impressionistic, and it's colorful, and it's a lot of fun. When you're happy with your medium green, the medium valued green, we're going to go in and we're going to let this dry a little bit more, and then we're going to add even a darker green, almost to black. So you can see at the left there, on my palette, I have a really dark green, and I'm going to, what I'm doing is I'm adding red to my green to make it the darkest I can make it without losing that green. So you're kind of making a muddy dark green color. So I'm taking my dark green, I'm adding a little bit of red to it, and I'm just going through and creating the darkest darks of this tree. All right, then I'm going to grab, when I'm done with my green, I'm happy with my dark shadow lines, I'm going to go in with my reddest red and start creating the little blanket on the bottom of the tree that we put under the tree. And yeah, that's so pretty. And it just makes that tree pop because of the red and the green, but you can make that any color that you want. So the skirt should be, whatever you love. So some people have burgundy, some people have green, but I like the red because it really makes the Christmassy look of the red and green. Little bit of shadow to the underside of the tree and onto the tree skirt, the fabric of the tree skirt, and just let that bleed in, and we'll watch what happens. And I'm going to just go back into the tree and finish up like whatever little dark areas that I want there in there still. And you're just evaluating anything at this point and seeing what you want to emphasize more and bring out more at the end. So right now I'm going to add the star on the top of the tree. So I just grabbed my yellow and I'm drawing in the star just the way you learned when you were a little kid. Make those little points and the triangles to create like a star shape. But you can paint whatever you want up there. Maybe you want a little angel up there. Maybe you want something else up there. But I put the star and it's the easiest. And I'm just going to put a little line to make it look like there's a little pole holding it up. And that's about it. And we're just going to keep going, putting more details onto this tree until you're happy with it and ready to call it a day. This painting literally took about 20 minutes, and set up, whatever. So maybe a half an hour. You only have a few minutes to paint. Leave your paint box somewhere on a desk where you can get to it and open it and paint for a few minutes and see what comes out. Since watercolors do dry, they fade as they dry. So as the skirt is drying, I'm noticing I would like it to look a lot more red. So I'm adding some more pigment to the skirt. All right, I made sure it was pretty dry and then I came back in and just touched up different areas. And I'm going to just go make those ornaments look a little bit more defined. So some of them have leaves on top of them and they're underneath the branches a little bit. So just like it would be in your home. And that's all I'm doing is just tidying it up, adding more pigment to it so it stands out. And then I'm going to take my gouache, which I have a acrylic white gouache, and I'm just going to use the back of my brush to make some dots to make it look like maybe it's popcorn on the tree or a garland of, pearls or something like that, just to add some more ornamentation to the tree. And we are almost done with this illustration. So I'm not trying to do anything perfect here. This little illustration today was just something fun to do before the holidays. And, it can be stressful before the holidays. There's a lot going on, and we're spending money sometimes that, we just don't have to spend because we feel like we have to. But, for me, we just like do we pick one person out of a hat. We only spend $100. We try to make it easier on ourselves and less of a burden. And by painting, spending a little bit of a time painting something kind of gets you back into that present zone and just like spending a little time for yourself, and you deserve this. You deserve to just relax for a little while and enjoy a cup of tea or coffee or a glass of wine, whatever you want, and just do a little painting and be proud of it, no matter how it comes out, because you spent time on yourself. And here I am just using the back of my brush to dip in my gouache and poke little dots all over the tree. And by adding these white dots, it's just going to give the tree a little bit more sparkle by bringing a little bit more white into the tree. And you can use like a light blue even would be pretty. But this is your tree. You decorate it any way you want, just the way you would a regular tree. So if you want to spend more time on each of the branches, making them more perfect, that's up to you. If you want to, make little different types of ornaments on your tree, that is up to you. Now you can go back in here with an opaque gouache and paint little bows or something like that to add more ornaments to your tree. You can just go crazy. Once you have the base down of those branches, you can decorate your tree any way you like. And I suggest going with gouache after that. So, which is a watercolor, but it's an opaque watercolor. So I love actually painting with gouache, and I think I have a few paintings on my channel in gouache of landscapes. So if you want to explore that more, please let me know. And please like and subscribe if you're enjoying my content. I would love to bring you more. If you ring that bell, you'll get notified when I upload new content. And I'd like to do more of it more frequently, but you know, life is life and we do the best we can. So, and I thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. And when you're done with this illustration, you know, you have something to give to somebody as a card, or, you know, maybe cut it out and make a ornament for your tree, or something for somebody, maybe at work, or a child, or paint this with a child. That would be even more fun. Paint it with a child. That would be so much fun. Instead of making cookies, do a little painting. And hope you enjoyed this, and thank you again so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and I hope you all have a beautiful holiday and a safe holiday. Bye now.